That's important. That's important.
They're coming in here to the entry here. They're lining each other up. I like to think of this first entry as two cowboys on each sides of town, guns in their holsters, ready to fire at a moment's notice.
And we know from the racing so far that Nicole's got an itchy trigger finger.
Yeah, Nicole's got an itchy trigger finger, and here we go. We're live. So I'll be the yellow boat here. I'm Nicole, and I'm coming in, and I'm just got my crosshairs zeroed in.
All right, and now Perot's swung the stern in below, and now they're going to try to cross ahead. It looks like they're going to have it here. So they're going to try to cross ahead here and hopefully power down over the bow of Nicole if they can get it, and try to get a little space so they'll eventually get their jibe off. And Nicole is doing the best to keep up.
Those grinders have probably a resting heart rate right now of 150 beats per minute. We were tracking calories for our trimmers, and I think they were pushing out about 6,900 calories in a day. And the skippers are probably around 500. So
no, 500 if you're lucky. The wheel's pretty easy.
Yeah. So here we go. We're off to the playground. Everyone's got their jumping jacks. Head off to the playground. Here, Perot's grabbing the swing set. Brawl's headed up. They're over here, headed to the pier, a little bit off camera here.
So it looks like Perot is probably going to just pick his time here and come back with a jibe and hopefully lead. We're going to see if Nicole is going to go for the follow or try to lead instead.
Yeah, they're off camera here to the right side of the pier. For the viewers back home, they're getting quite close to the pier. I think the crowd is throwing vegetables at them right now. It's kind of like a medieval protest out there. The crowd is getting angry at them. It's amazing. It's getting bloody out there. They are twisting and turning off camera.
Get to the right-hand side, so they're going to be fighting pretty hard to get to the right.
Bryce, who would you rather be here, Perot or Brault?
It's a little hard to say. I'm not sure how much time, but I think Brault's in a pretty controlling position right now. They killed off a decent amount of time, but if Perot can get up and get into windward and tack around that boat with a good start, they're going to be in great shape.
All right, we're still...
Great spot here, really pushing Nicole down the line.
All right, so they're turning up, headed back towards the line.
It almost looks like Nicole's low at the pin. It's going to be close.
I think she's going to have just enough runway. She's hit V1 on the jet. There's no more room.
Here goes Perot with the tack, it looks like, probably pretty soon. I'm going to try to start at that boat.
When we were racing Perot and his team, I could always hear them, counting in French, and I couldn't understand a word they were saying, but it was distracting. Oh, and here they go.
It looks like Perot's just going to try to pin down there and hopefully get speed. And Nicole looks like she's still in a pretty good spot there. Hopefully going to be able to pinch off Perot.
There's the start, folks. The horses are off.
So Perot's clearing now after kind of getting pinched off, and Nicole's just going into attack here, going to try to have a pinning position.
And Brault attacks with Perot. They're going to try to stay as close as possible. Usually it's in both boats' interests to stay close. The further apart they are, the riskier it is for both boats, where one boat will come out further ahead or further behind. So now it's just a speed race, folks. Now it's just who's got the bigger engine, who can go through the gears, who can just dial in on those telltales and just put their heads down, keep their sails moving.
Also, who cut the most on their weight cut, because the weight's going to be helping today when you're on the rail. So every extra pound helps.
Yeah, every extra pound helps. Hopefully they had a few extra beers. But now we're back towards the start. Back for the dial-up. We have Wickwire coming in on starboard.
Manil on port here, going into the dial-up. There's a flag there. Wickwire saying he did not try hard enough to get onto starboard, and let's see what the umpires say here. Green flag from the umpires. That seemed about right.
Yeah, it seems like a little Hollywood to me, Bryce. That was. I mean, Tom Cruise had better acting than that.
That's absolutely right. And from a man who's living in Nova Scotia and that far from Hollywood, you wouldn't expect that kind of thing from him.
No.
Can I tell you guys on the pier, can you please give it up for Bryce and Pearson up here? You know what? I forget it. Tucker stays home next week. You guys are staying. You're doing the announcing. You guys are killing it. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, my goodness. Look at what's happening here. They're sliding into them.
They're getting really close. That's way too close for comfort.
Oh, wow.
It's a game of inches, folks. Inches that, frankly, I don't have.
You could have barely put a piece of paper in between those two boats, but it looks like Wickwire came out of there clean. Oh, and he's coming back for more.
All right, so Wickwire's coming back. He's driving. Oh, we have contact.
Oh, my goodness.
We have contact.
That's a big hit.
The sparks are flying. You can see the dollar bills flying everywhere.
They're coming right out of the damage deposits. You have to be thinking about that the whole time. Oh, and they're coming back again for more.
Wickwire wants blood. He's saying no more Mr. Nice Guy. The Canadians always think that we're too nice.
He's not saying sorry on that one. I can tell you that much.
No, he's not saying sorry.
All right, and we do have a signal from the umpires here. We have a yellow penalty, so that means that I believe that is on Wickwire. Yeah, so Wickwire got a penalty for that maneuver. A little bit too much mustard on that one is what I would say.
Yeah, I think he just got a little bit carried away. He's got that youthful hubris that you get a little jumpy. Sometimes you get a little trigger happy, and sometimes when you got your foot on their throat, you just want to step harder, But it can come back to bite you.
All right, so now they're going to be jockeying into the final approach here. It looks like Wickwire's jibed onto starboard there.
They are just, we could throw a baseball to these boats right now. They're that close to the pier, folks.
We have Manil attacking into the push position. And now he's coming up, and he's going to try to get Wickwire as far down that line as possible.
And just to keep an eye on the scoreboard, folks, right now Wickwire has Manil's has the upper hand here at ahead with 2 wins over Wickwire's 1, and so Wickwire has is up against the wall with a penalty and a race behind. All right, so here we come into the final moments of the start. Who would you rather be, Bryce?
I'd rather be Manil here. He's got a nice controlling spot on the line up to windward, and he's got the penalty. That's always key.
Yeah, we call that a nice insurance policy. So if all else fails, he's still got that penalty in the back pocket, and he's got starboard. So right now, everything is working in favor of the French team here.
Yeah, we're going to see if Peter can pinch up to him at all and start giving him a little gas, but it looks like he's got a nice gap and could probably last out there for pretty long.
Great shot here from our drone pilot, Cameron. Thank you, Cameron.
Guys, off camera right now, Nicole Brault has opened up a little bit of a lead over Arlene Pirot. She jived across him a minute ago. It's really hard from this angle to see, but Cameron will get out there with the drone in a minute. She's hoping to make her first ever Congressional Cup. I know you guys have done that before. How high is the stress at this point, knowing you're 1 point away in her position, and honestly, 1 point away here in Maxine's position?
Yeah, it's a nail-biting feeling at this point because 2 teams are going home and 2 teams are going to the Congressional Cup. So I'd like to say, if you put coal up there, you'd make diamonds. That's kind of how I think about it. Well, it looks right now like Nicole is just one step closer to punching her ticket to the Congressional Cup. She's got the lead going into this third race. She's up 2 race wins. She only needs, if she wins this race, she will be into the Congressional Cup.
Yeah, pretty amazing regatta she's been having, sailing really, really fast and smart, and she's been, heck of a boat to sail against.
Yeah, Nicole, she did the California Dreaming Series as well. If you're thinking about getting into match racing, the California Dreaming Series is a great way to get introduced to these boats, get some exposure to match racing. It's more of a lower level than the Ficker Cup and the Congressional Cup, but still highly competitive and a great way to break into the sport.
So this is an interesting choice here. Nicole is opting to go for that left mark. We've seen the right really paying off all day. A dicey douse there, but they've managed to corral the full spinnaker. So let's see what happens here. If Nicole's seeing something I'm not, or if the right's going to come out.
Yeah, it's I would say it's a bold move, Cotton, to really go out there on the left side with Nicole. Nicole's, when you're ahead here, and you default to the right side just to be able to hang on to that starboard card, just to have the right of way.
There we go, having Nicole tack back just to try to get back into a position to stay on top of her competition there. Yeah, you can see her kite still coming down, but they've seemed to tidy that all up.
Yeah, she's tidying around her boat. There's a big cleanup right after you round the leeward mark. She's putting the silverware in the drawer. She's spot cleaning the dishes and preparing to go downwind. You always got to be thinking of moves ahead in match racing. This game is like chess. You can't just be thinking about the next move. You got to be thinking 2, 3, 4 moves down the line. And there's moves and counter moves. And, Mike Tyson said it long before. Everyone's got a plan before they get punched in the face. So, really got to be prepared for the unexpected.
That's sort of how I feel as a main trimmer. You always have a plan until your traveler comes unpleated.
And guys, I don't know if you see this, but up on top, it looks like Peter Wickemeyer just lead-bowed right on top of Maxine Menil. I think this is Wickwire all of a sudden out of nowhere rounding the top mark. Can you guys see?
Yep, that's masterful. That's just a hard check into the boards by Wickwire. The Canadian knows how to do that. It's in his blood.
Yeah, he's no more Mr. Nice Canadian. He is layering on the syrup right now. He's just buttering up his waffles all over the Frenchman. He's got no idea. The Frenchman is all tangled. He just finally got the kite up. Let's stay close on this race downwind. It is close though, folks. There's not more than a car width between them. And the Americans will use anything but the metric system, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, we will use cars,
footballs,
feet, whatever it has
melons.
to be. Yeah.
So we're live here on the pier with the Guardians of the Monohull, maybe doing the greatest sale of a yachting, the greatest announcing job of a yachting event ever. Thank you two so much. I
appreciate that.
Keep it rolling, please.
Well, folks, stay with us here. This is going to get really interesting.
This is about to get greasy, folks.
This is about. We're not switching off off. Do not go away from your television, folks. We're not switching to commercial break here. We're going to stay live with here. Wickwire has a penalty to burn, so he has to. That yellow flag that motorboat is holding is a penalty. So Wickwire has to offset that penalty somehow, or somehow get far enough ahead. Personally, I don't think he's going to have enough room to do the penalty, so he's going to have to get the knives out.
Yeah, that's right. He doesn't have the time or space to do the spin and win, so he's got to figure out how he's going to be extremely aggressive and try to draw another penalty. So get ready to see the guns coming out of the holsters. It's going to happen here.
Yeah, this is going to get dicey. You can see Wickwire looking back, sizing up the competition. It's getting hairy. You would even think about taking down this.
Yeah. So if you're Wickwire, what are you thinking here, Pearson?
Yeah. So here, I'm just trying to get it in a position where just to get one of them overlapped. It doesn't really matter which side you get them overlapped on, but you just want to get them overlapped so you can do your penalty and still be ahead.
And we can see the jibs coming up here, right? They're actually going down to the finish.
No, I think this is the first.
Sorry. They're rounding here. I apologize.
But Wickwire's he is elected to do his penalty at a later time. His plan here is stay ahead. Maybe see if I can get far enough ahead to do it on the do the penalty later.
That looked like a great clean rounding by Wickwire, and what he's hoping here is he can keep them in their gas right now, force them to tack out to the unfavored side, and hopefully get enough space to do that spin and win on the last downwind. That's what I'd be thinking here. He's doing a great job with it.
Wow, it is just glory everywhere. Yeah, Nicole is trailing off camera. We're going to stick with this Wickwire race. But just for the folks keeping track at home, for those in San Francisco, Nicole is trailing but very close behind. It is tight over there as well. Hold on, folks.
You're going to see them come through the picture here shortly, it seems.
Yeah, just in the background here, you see Nicole in the green kite just tightly behind. She's the only American here in the semifinals. So for everyone on Long Beach, let's hear a huge round of applause for our American here. Nicole Brault. Right now, it seems that Nicole is trying to give it everything she's got. You just got to have a killer instinct. You need to be going the attitude. I told my crew is that we're not going fast enough. We got to be going faster. And there's just no satisfaction of keeping the boat going. But it seems like the French have an edge right now, Bryce. What do you think?
Yeah, there's absolutely no satisfaction in that. It's very unpleasant to crew for Pearson with that kind of attitude. But yes, you're right. It looks like the French have a pretty commanding position here. They're probably just going to put it through the uprights and take their W.
Yeah, so it looks like coming into the finish here, Perot is going to even the score, and it's going to be next race is do or die, sudden death, fifth and final to determine who will go on to the Congressional Cup.
There you have it, across the line.
There you have it. So Perot evens the score at 2 apiece. So that we wipe the slate clean. We say we're going to put all our marbles on the table, and we're going to say this is it. Next winner, the next race winner goes on to the Congressional Cup. It's going to be, Bryce, do you change anything for the last race? How does your strategy change going into
I think you guys got to keep yourself dialed in. Both these teams have been sailing so well. You don't want to mix anything up on the last race. You just got to give them the beans.
Give them the beans, that's right. Maybe Nicole can give the Frenchman an extra taste of freedom. All right, back to the upwind look here. It seems like Wickwire is still ahead, but he's still carrying that. He's got that itch on his back, Bryce. He's still got that penalty. How can he scratch it?
Well, he's going to be thinking here. There's essentially three options. He can see if he can jibe around to the top mark, or he can do it on the downwind, and then the final option is the knives out version. He's got to offset. So it looks like he's tacking here and around the mark. He's saying, I don't have time to do the jibe. He's going to see how much time he can put on the boat behind him, and
seems like he's going for a set, Bryce.
He's setting. Yeah, he's going to set. And
he's going throttle down. He's not. He doesn't want to. Is he too nice, Bryce, or does he not want to fight? What's going through his head?
It's hard to tell. Oh wait, but is he holding now? It seems he may be holding.
Oh no, he's setting.
A little bit of hesitation there. So he seems to be going for door number 3 here, whether he wanted to or not. It's going to be this is going to be a fight to the death.
It's going to be a fight to the death. I think he should try to close up the gap.
Oh my goodness, it's getting close. Oh goodness.
Wow, and he's drawing blood.
He's got the jibe. He's got the jibe in.
Oh, he's drawing blood, but Perot is rolling over the top.
Perot's got the speed.
Now it's all about Mo, my friends.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, just just not enough speed from Wickwire.
And he's got to get that spinnaker under control. Otherwise, he's going to be in tough position.
He needs more speed. He's got to get the boat moving. Right now, double penalty to Wickwire. That's tragic.
That is the nail in the coffin right there.
That's the nail in the coffin. That is, I don't know, Bryce. I don't know if I like that call. I didn't really see where that came from.
I don't like that call at all. I can tell you that.
We're gonna have to go back to the replay booth there, but we see 2 yellow flags there. That means that's about it, folks. I mean, that's kind of race over for me.
Oh, and goodness, you hate to see that. You hate to see that.
The umpires are just, that's insult to injury. Oh man, the black flag just says go home. Thanks for playing.
Thanks, but no
play
thanks.
For the next one.
And he got that black flag. He wasn't quick enough to take his spinnaker down and concede and start on that first penalty turn. So the umpire said, you're not playing by the rules, you're out of here.
So ladies and gentlemen, on the pier, that means we've got our first racehorse earned a bid into the finals this afternoon. Maxime Menil defeats Peter Wickwire 3-1. Congrats to Maxime and the Frenchman.
Let's get a round of applause on the pier to Maxime Menil, our first Congressional Cup qualifier. He has punched his ticket. Bryce, what do you think gave Menil the edge in this series?
He just seems very steady as a rock. You know, not forcing anything too hard there. He was just keeping it nice and close, which was hard to do from his position. And calm and cool.
I think he's also got a secret weapon on board. He's got Eric Monin as one of his crew. And Eric Monin is already sailing the Congressional Cup, and he's crewing right now for Maxine, and just trying to get a little extra reps before the Congressional Cup. So, Monin, he makes everybody else moan.
Absolutely.
He made us moan, and we lost to him.
Well, Maxine's going to be sailing with Derek. So
Don't say that. They don't want us to say that yet. Yeah. They don't want us to say that yet. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, the petite final is going to be.
Yeah, but we're not allowed to talk about it.
Really?
Yeah, he doesn't
In case
want us.
Menil decides he wants.
Yeah, he doesn't want us to talk about it.